Hi, I'm Brian Wampler, and this is the Decibel. The Decibel is a combination buffer and booster. With the pedal on and the knob all the way down, it acts as a unity gain buffer. As you turn the knob up, it acts as a booster, boosts the volume up. And the reason why you want that is because if you're using, let's say, two pretty good sized cables, like 15-foot cables, a pedal board full of like 10 pedals or something like that, and you're going just direct to the amp, no buffering at all, then you're going to experience some high-end loss. With a buffer on all the time, you're going to get your high-end back. Also, another thing with a buffer is if you're using fairly cheap cables or inexpensive cables, you're going to experience an even worse loss of high-end signal, high-end frequency rather. And I'll demonstrate that. So let me go to the amp directly. I'll plug directly in with a 4-foot cable, and we'll see what it sounds like direct to the amp. All right, here I'm plugging directly into the amp. I have about a 4-foot cable, and with this you'll be able to see what the guitar actually is supposed to sound like, as close as possible to the amp. Okay, so you heard what it sounds like whenever you go direct to the amp. Now, here I'm running about 30 feet of cable or so. This is what it sounds like without a buffer on. Now let me turn the buffer on. So you'll notice that sounds, with the buffer on, it sounds exactly like it does when you're going to the front of the amp. Most people tend to compensate whenever they're using long cables and a pedal board without a buffer. They'll compensate by turning up the treble on their amp or something like that. Or they'll kick on a compressor and they'll say, wow, that compressor's really bright. It's actually because that compressor is actually acting as a buffer. So put a buffer on your board, put it at the very front, or if you're using a fuzz, put it after a fuzz. And then, so you got guitar into fuzz, fuzz into buffer, and then leave the buffer on, and you'll notice a dramatic improvement in your guitar signal. And that's a bit about the Wampler Pedals Decibel Plus. Thanks for watching.